6.5 special factor technique. Learning objective. Factor a difference of squares. Factor a perfect square trinomial. So you need to find the meaning of those two words, okay? And let's take a summary. If I have here this rule that you have to follow, what's the rule named? Is the difference of two squares. So you have a variable or a number and it's squared. A variable or a number squared. And between them, there is a minus sign. That's called difference. So when you factor it, how you factor it? You make a plus b, a minus b. For example, 16 is 4 squared. Then you have x squared minus 3 squared, y squared. So how you factor this? You will say what? 4x plus 3. 4x minus 3. One time is minus, one time is what? Positive. Is this clear? Now, the second rule, it said perfect square trinomial. I have a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. If you want this to factor it, it's going to be what? A plus b all squared. If you are not sure, then you just say a plus b, and do the FOIL method. Okay? It should give you back the original expression. Or okay? So now remember, if this is positive, this has to be positive. If this is negative, this has to be negative. For example, x squared plus 20x plus 100. 100 is what? 10 squared, correct? Okay, and 20 is what? 2 times 10. So your answer will be x plus 10 all squared. Okay, if you are not sure, all you have to do is just do the normal factoring and you will get the same answer. So it's going to be what? X, and 10 is going to be 10 here and 10 here, plus, that's it. And it will make it what? Squared, because you have the same blah, blah, blah. Okay, now if it's negative, don't worry. All you have to do is just change the negative sign here. Okay, for example, this one is 9. So it's 3 squared, right? 25 is what? 5 squared. 30 is 3 times 10. Or we can say 2 times 3. 2 times 3 times 5. Where did I get the 3? I get the 3 from here. Where did I get the 5? I get the 5 from here. You see? Okay. So it's going to be 3x minus 5 all squared. If you are not sure, all you have to do is just normal factoring. Okay. It's going to be what? 3x, correct? And then 5 and 5. Okay. It's going to be negative. But same blah, blah, blah will give you what? Blah, blah, blah square. Is this clear? Cube. Difference of cube. I have here the rule. It said a square, a cube plus b cube. It's going to be a plus b. And then you're going to square the first, square the last, multiply the first time the second, and change the sign. So if this is positive, this become what? Negative. If this is negative, this become what? Positive. So the opposite sign. 125 is 5 to the power of what? 3. And we have x cubed. 8 is 2 to the power of what? 3. So take sample of it. It's what? 5x minus 5x. Here is going to be what? We're going to say 5x minus 2. Correct? Now we're going to square the 5x. How you square the 5x? What do you get? 5x squared. Square the 2, become what? 4. And then multiply the first times the second, which give you what? And don't forget, this is minus. So the opposite sign is what? Positive. Is this clear? Remember, this is only summary. Okay? It's not the lesson. It's just a summary of the lesson. We go into details now. Okay? Now, look at this here. Grouping. Grouping means how many terms? You must have 4 terms. So here I have x squared plus 18x plus 81 minus 25. Okay. You can do it by grouping, or you can do it by the difference of what? The difference of cubes. or difference of square. Let's see how he's doing it, okay? Here I have x plus 9 all squared minus 5y squared. So this one is what? 5 squared. And this one? Squared, right? Because this give you what? 25y squared, right? What about this one? This one is just normal factoring, which is x plus 9. Because this one is x plus 9, x plus 9. If you have the same blah, 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 what do you do? Blah, 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 what? Square. Okay? And then he distributed what? He distributed the negative 5y one time here on the left side, on the right side, and one time on the right side. That's it. Is this clear? Not clear? Let's go to the more example in the bottom here. You will understand in more details, okay? Here, for example, I have x squared minus 25. This is x squared minus 5 squared, correct? So what rule I'm going to use here?
X minus 5.
Different of what?
Square.
Different of
Square.
two squares, right?
No, one square.
Yeah, this one squared and this one squared. So it's going to be what? Tell me. X, 5, 5. One time positive, one negative. Okay? Okay, next one. 36 is what? 6 square and x square. Is this different of square? The answer is no. Why? Because there is no difference here. It's addition. Clear or not clear? So you can you say x 6 and 6 plus or minus? The answer is no. You cannot do this. Okay? It has to be negative. Yalla, next one. 49 is what? 7? 7 squared. Y to the power of 4, y squared all squared. And then 16 is what? 4 squared. So you write it like this. Now you're gonna distribute this. So you're gonna 7, 7, correct? Y square, y square. 4, 4. Plus, minus, correct? Easy? Next one. Now we're gonna go for the cube. But before we go for the cube, do we have anything common?
No.
Yes, we have common. What is common?
Only x.
X, what about 2? So the common is 2x, correct? So let's divide. So what's left?
X squared.
X squared.
Minus
36, correct? Now, x squared, 36 is what by what? Correct? Now, this is different of squares, right? Different squares, right? So x, 6 plus or minus. Is this clear? And don't forget the 2x outside. So that's your final answer. Easy?
2x outside.
Yeah, the one that we took from the beginning. Common. Clear?
Yes.
Let's move on. X to the power of 4 minus 16. X to the power of 4, I will break it into x squared to all squared minus 4 squared. Now, can we factor this? Yes. So it's going to be what? Who can tell me? X squared, 4 plus minus. What about this 4? Can I make it 2 squared? Correct? Can I factor this as well? This one? Can I factor it? It become what? Difference of square, right? X and x, yeah. 2 and 2, plus and minus. And this will remain the same. I cannot change anything in this one because the plus sign. So that's your final answer.
Do you have to do this with stuff?
Yes. Otherwise, it will be, you need to simplify it to the lowest lowest term, or factor it to the lowest term. Okay? Let's go to the next one. Now, this is how many terms here?
3 terms.
يبقى factoring what? Trinomial, right? So let's see here. This is what? X and X, correct? This, can I say, what is 1 to the power of 1? 1. 1 squared, how much? 1. So if I say this is 1 squared, it's fine, right?
Yes.
So I can say both 1 here, right? It's going to be plus plus, correct? Do you have same blah, blah, blah? So blah, 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 what? That's it. Easy? Easy or not easy?
Easy.
Easy. Let's go to the next one. 25 is what? 5 square. Y square minus 10y plus 1 square. Yeah, let's factor this. It's going to be what? 5y, 5y. Correct? 1, 1. Minus, minus. Now, if you're not sure, what should you do? Happy fair. So you get minus 5y minus 5y. Total is what? Negative 10y. Correct?
Yes.
Do you have same blah, blah, blah? So blah, 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 what? Blah, blah, what? Square. Same blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 what? Square. Clear? Next one. I have 16. 16 is what by what? 4 squared, right? Minus 40 xy plus 5 square y square. Okay? Yeah, what should I put here? 4x, 4x. 5y, 5y, correct? Minus, minus. Now, if you're not sure, what should you do? Happy face. You get negative 20xy and negative 20xy. Does it total negative 40xy? The answer is yes. So you are correct. Now, do we have same blah, blah, blah or different blah, blah, blah?
Same.
So what should we do?
Square.
Square it. Easy as easy. Move on. Now let's go for the cube. If I say 1 to the power of 1, how much? 1. 1 square, how much? 1. 1 cube? 1. Can I change this to 1 cube? Yes. So in this case, when you factor, you're going to factor what type of factoring? Cube factoring, right? So it's going to be x plus 1. Now we square the first, square the last. Multiply the first and the second. What do you get? X. And what about the sign? The front side. Correct? Clear, not clear? Let's go to the next one in the bottom here. 8. It's what by what? 2 to the power of 3. And 1 is going to be a power of 3. That's different of cube, right? So we follow the rules. So what's the rule? We're going to take the original. What's the original one? 2y, right? And put here 1, and it's negative. Now we square the first. What do you get? Square the last. Multiply the first time the second times 2. What do you get? Multiply the first time the second only. Okay, so what do you get? 2y. What about the sign? What should we do with the sign? Opposite sign. So the sign here is going to be what? Positive. Clear? Next. 64. What by what by what? 4 to the power of what? X to the power of 3. 27. 3 to the power of 3. Y to the power of 3. So when you factor this, what are you going to get? 4x plus 3y, correct? Square the first, what do you get? Square the last, what do you get? Multiply the first and the second, huh? What do you get? 12 xy. What about the sign? What sign we're going to put? Minus. Because it's opposite. Clear? That's classwork. Please do this at the library. The classwork, do it in the library or at home. Okay, summary. Name the appropriate factoring method. What's the appropriate factoring method here? First, do we have any common? No. Yes, we have. What's the common here? X. No? Yes, X. And what else? 7. That's it. Okay, what is the factoring technique here we use? This 5 square, right? X square minus 7 square. So what type of factoring technique we're going to use? Different of squares, correct. Next one. 27 is what? 3 cube, right? X cube minus 1 cube. What's technique we're going to use here? Difference of cube. Yeah. Sum of, no, not sum. It's going to be what? Difference of cube, right? This one sum because this one is sum, okay? So, can I go to the bottom? Okay, how many terms do we have here?
For grouping.
Yeah, but do what? Grouping. Easy?
Yes.
Because we have 4 terms.
Yeah.
Can you factor this? What's the first thing you're going to do here? What's a common? So what's left? X square plus 1. Easy as easy? Next one.
The common factor.
Here, do we have anything common?
The 5.
What is common? So what's left?
X squared.
Can I factor this? X and X. 2 and 3 or 6 and 1? 2 and 3? Okay. Which one is negative? Now let's do the happy face. 2x minus 3x. What's the total? Negative x. Do we have negative x? Yes. What if you multiply the last one and the last one? Would it give you negative 6? Yes. So that's correct answer. Next one. 2x to the power of 4 minus 162. What is common here? 2, right? 2 is common. So divide by 2. You get x to the power of 4 minus 81. Okay, 81 is what by what? And x to the power of 4 is x to the power of what? Square, all squared, right? Now, this is different of square or not? X square, 9 plus minus. Can I continue with this one? This becomes 3 squared minus x squared. Isn't that different of square as well? And don't forget, you have to write this down, right? And don't forget the 2, huh? So that's your final answer. Clear? خلاص؟
دي هذه سلبية.
Move on. Yeah, who can tell me how many terms here?
4.
If you have 4, what should you do?
Grouping.
Okay, take the first 2, take the last 2. What is common in the first 2?
X.
X, very good. So I will take x as a common. So you divide by x. What do you get? What's common here? 3. Divide by 3. What do you get? Do we have blah, blah, blah?
Yes.
So what should we do with the blah, blah, blah?
Square.
No, not square it. It's common. Take it as a common. What's left? X plus 3. Easy as easy? Okay, what about this one? Do we have anything common?
Y.
7. 7y.
7y, okay. So divide by 7y. What do you get?
Y
Y what?
Cube.
Cube.
plus 2 cube.
What about if you take y square? Is that possible? As a common?
Yes.
So in this case, what are you going to get?
Y
You get
Square.
y square, okay?
2y 7. No.
Correct?
Yes.
Now, can you factor this? This one?
Yes.
What do you
Y
get?
minus 1, y plus 1.
Do you have same blah, blah, blah? Do you have blah, blah, blah here? So you get what? Y plus 1, all what? Square. Don't forget the 7y square. That's your final answer. Easy?
Yes.
Next one. What do we have here? What's common?
2x.
2x squared, right? Now divide by 2x squared for both sides. What's left? X power 3, right? And what do you get here?
1.
1. Can I say 1 to cube? Same thing, right? Can I factor this? X plus 1. Now, square the first, square the last. Multiply the first and the second. What do you get? And change the sign. And don't forget to bring down the 2x squared. Clear? Clear or not clear?
Okay.
Yellow, next one. Do you have anything coming? What is coming?
3x.
3x squared y. So divide. What do you get? 16x squared, correct? Minus 1. Can I say 1 square?
Yes.
Can I factor this? 16 is what by what?
4.
So it's going to be 4x, correct? And 1. 1 times plus, 1 times minus. Because this is called different of what? Different of what?
Cube.
2 cube. 2 square.
Squares. Don't forget to bring down the 3x squared y. Is that clear? Yes? No? Yalla, next one. Last one in that section. What is common here?
B8.
2.
2.
And what? B. And what else?
X.
No, not x. X is not common here. So what's left?
X squared.
X squared
22. No. Yeah.
plus. Right. Can I factor this? What do you get?
X.
Is that clear? And since you have blah, 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 and blah, 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 multiply each other, multiplication, what are you going to get? Blah, 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 what?
Square.
Squared. Don't forget the 2b. Clear? This is classwork. Now let's go to quadratic equation using the zero factor property. Means zero means what? 0. So solve